Okay, for this next technique, we're gonna look at sort of more ways to open up our ability to attack submissions. All right. Basically, my mindset with this game is, as long as they're on their knees or on one knee, I'm very much submission oriented. Okay, mainly with the omoplata. All right, but definitely, I'm always tugging the posture and trying to pull them in and look for the omoplatas and the triangles and the submission attacks. All right, and then as they start to stand, I'm still looking for omoplatas, but it'll turn into some more sweep options as well. Okay, and we're going to kind of go through all those stages of the game. Okay, the sort of ranges with their posture. All right, but right now I want to give you another sort of grip variation that you can use that is extremely powerful and will once again open up a lot of submission attacks. All right, so this is also a very old school style attacking game, but I've been bringing a lot of it back in, and it's been very powerful. Okay, so obviously we're looking to dominate this arm and make it a dead arm. Okay, as much as he grabs my pants, I'm trying to always kick and break and replace my knee inside. This is constant work. Okay, this is what I'm constantly doing. My constant isn't constantly attacking techniques, okay, different sweeps and submissions, but my constant is maintaining good position. Okay, maintaining the position with my feet, my hands, my grips, everything, keeping him in a bad place. Okay, but every now and then we get those guys with the monster grips. They grab your pants, you try to kick it off, and it's not coming off. Okay, and this is the beginning to him being able to start to develop some passing. All right, because now he has his hand on my leg. All right, so for this next one, even if his elbow is in, okay, even there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let go of the hand on the collar. All right, and I'm going to reach for his elbow. And a lot of times on this one, I'll sit up onto my elbow, and I'm going to reach, once again, cupping, okay, not grabbing the sleeve. It's important that I am able to maneuver his elbow. If I just grab the cloth, okay, that's not going to move his elbow. All right, so I'm going to cup behind his elbow, and I'm going to fall back and open it almost like a kimura. All right, and I still have the sleeve at the bottom near his wrist. Once I open his elbow, I don't care how strong he is. When I kick and pull now, I'm going to break his grip. Okay, because his power comes from his core, being able to stay tight to his body. When his elbow is open, it's now a weak arm, and I can kick and pull that back into position for an omoplata. Okay, or if I wanted to kind of bite down and then shoot the triangle like we worked before, that's going to be an option as well. Okay, so again, we'll turn this way. He got the really strong grip on my pants. He's looking to keep his elbow in at the same time. Okay, this is what he should be doing, right? Okay, likely reaction. Okay, and we're kind of going through all of those. All right, so now I'm going to sit up, cup behind the elbow. Okay, maintaining the foot on the bicep on the other side. It's very important. Open. Now I can kick and pull. You see how I bring it to the other side of my leg and my hip. Okay, now I can continue this sort of rotation here. Use my foot to scoop through. Boom. Here's my omoplata. And I'm ready to work just like we did a minute ago. Or I pull, start to bite with the omoplata, maybe hit some posture, and shoot my other leg over. Now I can, begin a kimura or just cross the arm for a triangle. Okay. The other thing that can happen, which, as this game really came together for me, I found it to be very interesting how it blended a lot of my old game. It all kind of came back to me. It sort of sort of open new doors back to some of the classic things that I used to do. And the other position that I was working a lot for my guard, the simplest one, close guard. Okay, this is something that I kind of went back to a few years ago and said, I used to do some close guard. I want to do it again. I want to tighten it back up and be strong there. Well, from this game, I've noticed a lot how they'll almost throw themselves in your close guard to take away some of the angle for the omoplatas or the triangles and different attacks. They'll almost climb into your close guard for safety, because of all that pulling. Instead of going into the attack, they just prefer to go all the way into your close guard and start kind of over from zero. All right. Well, this is definitely a position where he might look to try to come into my close guard because I have him so exposed here at this spot. Okay. And as I start to go, if he threw his arm over my leg, there is a chance for him to get into close guard. But I have this dead arm where I can continue to cross it. And so I found that when they did come into my close guard, I already had a great angle to continue my offense. Okay, here with my leg in the armpit, I'm immediately ready to go for an arm bar. Okay, start to apply my attention for the arm bar. All right, or if his head was a little more on that side, and I couldn't climb for the arm bar, I could keep developing the arm across my body and start to grab around his body, grabbing his belt or his lat here, and looking to go into, the real traditional sort of crossing of the arm, climbing to the back, sort of Haja Gracie style, okay? Which also leads to, a real simple flower sweep here on the other side. And so, I'm not turning this into a close guard focused game. But, I want to point that out, in these situations where we have this dead arm and we're looking to cross it over, okay? If he comes forward and I get to here, he's going to come right into armbar territory, or, like I said, now I have his arm crossed, I can climb up, onto my elbow, grabbing his lat here, pulling myself to where I can bring my knee to the floor, and then start to look to get my hooks in or use a body triangle, okay? Work for the back. I mean, we can go on and on, the options there. And the more that he stops me from going to his back by bringing his weight on top of me here, okay, well now it's very easy for me to slam my foot on the floor and flower sweep him over, to the other side. And so, once again, we end up with a sweep to mount, okay? A sweep to a very dominant position. All right, and I have some other sort of 2-on-1 variations that I'm going to be showing in this game that can also lead to the close guard. But just this grip break alone is very strong. Okay, he gets that power grip on your pants, going to the elbow, okay, or sitting up to get a better grip on the elbow, and opening it, then kick pull. Now if it stays on that side, we're in here, okay? If he throws his arm over, I can cross the arm, and now we're here, working from our close guard. And hey, worst case scenario, even if I didn't get anything out of that close guard, and he got his arms back in good position, we were safe, okay? And I'm ready to restart, all right? So, one thing I mentioned earlier, even if you're not able to find all the offense, okay? The offense might take some time, getting those omoplatas and really being active on their arms and, opening up the room for the attacks. If you're having any struggles with that, hopefully you're at least finding that they're not developing their passing as much and you're maintaining your guard longer. If they land in your close guard, hey, that means you're maintaining your guard. They can't pass your guard if they're in your close guard. And so if you have a great close guard already, this can definitely help you get back to your close guard more frequently, where you can apply your game there. And once again, they're not improving. So, this is another element to this game as to why I like it so much. Another reason being that I have been trying to play more close guard as well. But I love how when they come into my close guard, I already have the arm crossed instead of trying to cross it after they're already established in my close guard. So, you know, a couple of ideas there, and another way to get to that arm and hopefully get some omoplatas.